Hey fellow Asian hustlers, I want to share with you some self-discoveries I've made recently. I've been doing a lot of inner work, and it has to do with the business I'm running. So my brand name is LiberAsian, and the whole idea is for us Asians to help each other break free of our cultural limitations, especially the ones in the Asian culture. And part of the reason I started this was because I felt limited by my family's expectations of me. And for many years, I felt quite resentful about that, right? Feeling discouraged from pursuing self-employment in the arts, in music, in life coaching. But uh, upon further reflection, I realized that it's my parents, especially who have laid a solid groundwork for me to even come up with this idea. And the reason I say that is because they themselves represent freedom in many ways already. They themselves have broken free from the constraints of the Asian culture in many ways. So, so for example, right, you know, both my parents run their own businesses. My dad especially is doing a high risk, high reward, long term kind of business that will may not see huge return for a while, right? But he very deeply believes in it, and he's very much he's a scientist, right? He's like an independent thinker, but he's always been the kind of person who wasn't seriously constrained by whether people thought about him. And that's something I really admire. And he came to Canada to search for freedom, because freedom is like a value that he's always held close to his heart. And he said that he says that the greatest love that you can give to others is to allow them to do what they truly desire, and to help them achieve that, right? And so he's not the kind of person who really will go full way to impose his perspective onto other people. Right? He understands people have different tastes, different way of looking at things. So I'm very, very grateful that to have a dad like him, and that gentle parenting, that gentle and kind parenting style, that is quite open-minded. And on my mom's end, right, my mom did a lot of her inner work when she was my age, like in her 20s, right? She she was basically away from home, doing an overseas job, and finding peace in being on her own, away from family. But also, she was getting very deep into like Zen and Buddhism, The Art of Happiness by Dalai Lama, and and she built up quite a bit of mental resilience with that. So at this stage, right, when there is when someone says something mean about her, or she encounters some challenges, it, she won't let them truly get to her, like truly hurt her, or disturb her inner peace. At least she's built a lot of resilience against that. And she's also gotten the ability to be happy, no matter, no matter what the circumstances. So she'll like sing and dance and jump around, and right, happy-go-lucky a little bit, right? but you know, she's had a good influence in that way. She sets a good example that way. And while she was doing her inner work, she also realized that uh, the standard of being, you know, the perfect, you know, woman, wife, daughter, mother, in the Asian culture, it wasn't quite working for her anymore. She wanted to take a bigger, you know, role in managing the financial part of our household, and also she wanted to do her business too. So she's ambitious in that sense, and both, even though both she and my dad have experienced a lot of skepticism and resistance from family members when it came to doing their own businesses, right? They'd be like, hey, why are you guys not back to full time? You know, you've been doing this so many years, right? What's the point of all of it, right? They'd still keep going. There's like some unspoken, unshakable confidence they have, which I'm still learning to adopt. Um, but yeah, they've. That's why I say, like, they're not the most traditional parents. And one thing I'm really grateful that they let me do is to discover uh, who I was and what I wanted, by being more hands off, right? By being, you know, not as rules based or controlling even, but kind of allowing me to discover that. So even though they're not like, their words are not necessarily encouraging most of the time, they give me space to pursue what I want to do, and I'm very grateful for that. So now it's you know, I turn it over to you, right? What uh, are the which family members have really inspired you, right? Do you have family members who are non-traditional and have broken free from the culture, right? From our culture. It could be people outside your family. But you know, I am interested in hearing more about that, and if you want to find out more about you know, what I'm trying to do with liberation as a life coach, you know, you can feel free to head over to the video description, and I'll have a link right there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to talking more, and I will see you around. Take care.